Hey everybody, my name is Becky Lang. I work with Palmer House Properties in Atlanta, Georgia, and today I wanted to talk about the 10 most common homebuyer questions that I receive. So I understand buying real estate is exciting and terrifying all at the same time, and there are so many steps to the home buying process, and it seems each step creates a new set of questions. So I think knowing the answers to the 10 most common home buying questions will alleviate some of the stress that comes with buying your first home. So that's what this video is about. So it may seem intimidating, but a good real estate agent is going to make it so much easier. We're going to take care of you through each step of the process and then make sure your experience is smooth as possible. So let's get started. So the first question, the most common question I receive is, what do you do first? And this is what I would say. Don't go out and call a real estate agent to go see properties until you get pre-approved. So the first thing you need to do is get pre-approved. Unless you're paying cash for a house, you're going to need to get a mortgage. And so in order to know how much home you can afford, you're going to need to get pre-approved for a loan. That makes sense. And so this is the first step in the home buying process. So that brings us to the second most common home buyer question, and that is, how long does it take to buy a home? And the answer is going to be usually takes about between 30 to 45 days. And that timeline for finding a house is going to vary greatly from person to person. That's just a rule of thumb. But once you find a house and you have an accepted offer, it's gone under contract, it usually takes around 30 days to close. So, all right, so that brings us to the number 3 most common home buying question. And that is, what does the real estate agent do? And the answer is going to be almost everything. Your real estate agent is going to be your most valuable asset when you're buying a home. We're going to walk you through every part of the home buying process. We're going to educate you and inform you of all your options. We will represent you throughout the transaction. So it's very important to have your agent, which brings us to the next question, number 4, and it's I get this from a lot of home buyers. How much do I have to pay the agent as a home buyer? And the answer is nothing. So this is how commissions work. In most cases, you're not going to have to pay the real estate agent anything to help you purchase a home. So the sellers pay their real estate agent a fee, and then that agent, known as the listing agent, pays the buyer's agent that represents you for bringing the buyer and facilitating the transaction. So, okay, number 5, what's my best advice for first-time home buyers? And my answer would be, trust the professionals, okay? So beware of advice from people who don't work in the industry, right? Real estate is a popular topic, and almost everyone feels that they have some great insight to offer. In reality, the people who know best are the people that work in the business. So we know what to expect and what to look out for. And friends and relatives may be well-meaning, but most of the times they've only bought and sold a few homes, if any at all. And buying and selling a couple of homes does not make someone a well-rounded source of information, in my opinion. So I've seen too many first-time home buyers become persuaded by well-meaning friends and family, and only to get disappointed later. So be confident in your decision and trust the professional that you've hired to, help you buy a house. So that brings us to number 6, and that is, what kind of credit score do you need to buy a home? And the answer is, it's usually going to need to be at least a 620 or more. And that's what's recommended. And you're probably aware of this, that a higher credit score is going to offer better lending terms. And there are some lenders who are going to approve buyers with a 580 score, sometimes even lower. And your loan officer will be the best source to give you a current answer for today's lending requirements. So that brings us to number 7. So are there any special home buying programs that I should know about? The answer is yes. There's some really great home buying programs to research. The main ones are going to be VA loans, USDA loans, and FHA loans. And there are also some local options that are going to include Invest Atlanta and a couple others. Both of those provide down payment assistance when you meet certain conditions. So just give me a call My number is 404-447-2239, and I'll be able to direct you to the right lender after speaking with you. Anyway, so moving right along, number 8, how much money do you need for a down payment? And the answer is it depends on your loan type. Usually it's going to be 3% to 5% down. And FHA loans, you need 3%, and then there are some conventional loans that only require 3%. Veterans are usually eligible for a VA loan, which requires no money down, and then properties in rural areas are usually eligible for a USDA loan, which also requires no money down. All right, so number 9, the question is, what other fees are there besides the down payment? And the answer is, mainly they're going to be loan origination and closing costs. So the down payment is usually the largest cost associated with buying a house, and then the lending fees are the second largest cost to home buyers. Most lenders are going to charge between 2% to 4% of the loan amount for loan origination fees, depending on the loan type. Your loan officer is going to be able to help you determine how much you can expect to pay towards loan origination and closing costs. All right, so, and number 10 question, this is my favorite, when do I get the keys? And the answer is at closing. So under normal circumstances, you're going to get your keys to your new house at the closing. And a closing typically takes about an hour. In some cases, the lender is going to need time to fund the loan, and you will need to pick up the keys after the loan has been funded. So for example, if you have a late Friday evening closing and the loan can't fund until Monday, you're not going to get those keys until Monday. That's been my experience. So make sure you coordinate your closings to get the keys on the same day of the closing if that's what you need. Meaning, if you need those keys at the same day of the closing, I would probably shoot for an early morning closing or maybe up to 1 o'clock in the afternoon, but not 5 or 6. You're not going to get the keys till the next business day. So, if you have any other real estate questions that you'd like answered, just submit them in the comments below, and I'll do another video and answer your questions one by one. So, hope that helped. Remember, have fun. So, buying a home is an exciting achievement. I was really excited when I bought my first home. So, my name is Becky Lang. I work with Palmer House Properties, and let me know if I can be of service. Thanks.